On March 26, the fire started in Megafun Entertainment Center based in the New Life residential complex in Khatai district of Baku. Employees of the Fire Protection Department of the Ministry of Emergency Situations extinguished the fire. On March 28, Baku Court on Grave Crimes heard the case of NIDA movement activists. Defendant Shahin Novruzlu gave testimony in the process. He told that after seeing on news that demonstrators in democratic countries use Molotov cocktails, he searched and found some videos on the internet on preparation and usage of Molotov cocktails, but deemed it as an unacceptable way of struggle. Novruzlu said he had not known other 7 activists before detention. He joined NIDA movement, filling out membership form sent to him by Guliev. Novruzlu further said that the Molotov cocktails and drugs had been planted at his apartment by the employees of the Ministry of National Security. He also claimed that he was tortured in MNS custody, he was beaten and his 4 teeth were knocked out. A man came and punched me so hard on my chest that I couldn't breathe, said Novruzlu, and added that they threatened to harm his relatives. Then I was taken to another room where I was treated mildly. They said they would release me if I wrote what they wanted, and said all this to the camera for records. They said 2 other youths had been released after doing this, said Novruzlu. After this, he was told to repeat the dictated statement in the court and was given some papers to sign. Concurrently, Ibrahim Novruzov, the father of the actors, was told to sign some documents with the promise that his son would be released. One of these documents was confirmation of the father's attendance during his son's interrogation in MNS, as at that time Shahin was underage, but Shahin and his father denied this. Ibrahim Novruzov further stated that on March 7, 2013, about 10 MNS employees busted and searched their apartment, not showing any document. During the search, the front door was open and they were going in and out. Then suddenly they found a packet of drug behind the washing machine and a box of bottles filled with liquid in the corridor. This box was brought close to the end. Till then there was no smell of gasoline, said Father Novruzov. The searchers took away 94,100 manat cash that belonged to my friend and relatives, who gave it to me to keep it in my coffer. Shahin doesn't even have hand marks on it, said the father. Moreover, prepaid phone cards worth 16,000 manat were also taken from the apartment. Novruzov works as a money changer and wholesaler of a phone card. Neither money nor cards have been brought back up to now. Note that 7 NIDA activists were detained in April and May of 2013 and charged with planning to use Molotov cocktails during a mass protest in Baku on March 10, 2013. Some of the youths are also charged with illegal possession of drugs. Amnesty International has recognized all of the youths as the prisoners of conscience. On March 28, Baku resident Veronika Tarbayeva held a press conference at the press center of the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety on violation of her property rights. Telling her story, Tarbayeva said that in June of 2012, she rented a press kiosk for business purposes near the Neftchila metro station. She paid 1,000 manat as a monthly rent until August, but in September she was required 1,500 manat. She agreed to pay the amount, but required the receipt in return. After this talk, on September 4th, the kiosk that Tarbayeva rented was removed with goods that she values at 11,000 manat without any warning and taken to the depot of the Baku City Trade Department. Tarbayeva demands repayment for the damage. Tarbayeva has been fighting for her rights for now 2 years. After her repeated complaints to the law enforcement agencies, in December of 2013, she was paid 5,000 manat for the loss, and in February of 2014, the remaining 6,300 manat. But the tenant is not satisfied with this. She now demands a receipt for the 1,000 manat rent she paid in 2012 or return of the money. Apart from being a cancer patient, Tarbayeva says she cares for her other ailing family members and this kiosk was the only source of income. I wanted to work legally. In return, I was deprived of my property rights, but I am not going to put up with this. I will continue my struggle until my rights are restored, said Tarbayeva. On March 29, the National Council of Democratic Forces held its next session, which discussed the National Council of Democratic Forces activity in the past period. Head of the National Council Jamil Hasanli touched upon the participation of the organization's members in the trials of NIDA Youth Movement members and Ismaili prisoners. He said both court cases were groundless. To prove this point, he reminded that 3 out of 5 members of the United Nations Security Council, the USA, the UK, and France have protested against the verdict in Ismaili trial at foreign ministry level. Hasanli further stated that official bodies are involved in the explosion and demolition of the APFP office. Furthermore, the Council intends to release documents on the protection of the Crimean Tatars' rights in several languages. APFP Chairman Ali Karimli is satisfied with the activity of the National Council. He also said that investigation into the APFP headquarters explosion is an important issue. Speaking about the events in Ukraine, Karimli said they carried a message for the Azerbaijan public as well. He welcomed Baku's support for territorial integrity of Ukraine. Karimi called on the Azerbaijan authorities to carry out democratic reforms, urging the OSCE, Council of Europe, and European Union to press Azerbaijan for a genuine implementation of its international obligations. He offered to substantiate cooperation with international organizations. He believes unification of the society and support by international organizations could be enough for democratic reforms in the country. In his opinion, Azerbaijan's growing importance for the West will give more confidence to Baku to attack democratic forces. Beyballah Abil of the Classical Popular Front Party advised the opposition to take local elections seriously. Chairman of the Open Society Party Suhaydin Akbar said, military trainings performed by Russia along Caspian coast is the preparation for the occupation of Baku. He criticized Baku for failing to make right conclusions from Ukraine events.